Hello dudes and lady dudes, Jean here with this crap talk, and today we're going to talk about citing sources. Now, I'm not talking about the way the media does it, where they have an anonymous source that says something blah 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 blah, and they can never verify it, and then they run the story for 1,000 hours, and then it's told that they're completely off the wall bonkers, and then they just quietly let it fall by the wayside. No, not that way. When you get in debates and arguments, especially online, a lot of times people are like, well, what's your source? Which kind of makes sense, but depending on the thing, it also like, you're on the internet already. Google it, alright? Because, first of all, if I do find you the source and I share it with you, you're not going to read it. This happens to Jean a lot of times when I share links with people, and then they're like, well, whatever. Or, then the next person comes in, like, well, where is that? It's like, I shared it, 3 common stuff, go look at it. I don't want to have to copy and paste, 80 different links for different parts of the argument. Um, and then they just, right away, source, links, whatever. And it's like, Google search it. You're already online. It's just like the epitome of laziness, like just this pinnacle, paragon, a hero, almost deity-like of laziness online now. You're already there, and I said, did you know this happened on this date? Just Google search, did this happen on this date? Boom, answer with a lot more sources, and then John can pour out on you. It's ridiculous. I literally had some person upset at me because I would not tell him what to Google to get information about the coronavirus. This happened like right at the start of the thing, end of February, first week of March, when I was talking about how it's very odd that it seems to attack only the elderly, not so much children. Children who get infected, which they're kind of the vulnerable ones, they're not really getting sick very bad or dying. And he's like, well, where do you find this at? It's like, well, it's the coronavirus. It's literally, you put coronavirus in Google, there's the official tracking thing, and you click on it and you get some stats. Now, at the time, the stats were relevant for death and age group, but they actually haven't updated them since February 29th, so now it's kind of weird. It's like, I kind of want to know age group. They had total deaths, but not by age group. But at the time, it was still very relevant. So this is why I think it was the last week of February, not first week of March, although first week of March is still. Anyway, but that kind of thinking where he got upset that I wouldn't tell him the website. It's like, I don't even know what the website is. It's the official one that they're tracking or that Google's compiled to track it. I don't know. But there's this thing. And then when you do give people sources, what do? Oh, I don't, blah, 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 blah. It's like you're trying to talk history with someone. Well, can you verify that? It's like, no, I'm sorry, I don't have the 3,000-year-old document that is stored away under more armed guards than the president has. I don't have that. All I have is this is what it is translated to English, from Sanskrit or from, these ancient languages. They translated it and then they release it to you, and it's public record of what they found. But because you don't have the original document, they're like, suspect. Blah. It's just like, this is how history works, all right? This is how we study history. If that is suspect, then nothing we know is true. Like literally, someone telling Jean that he doesn't believe in or whatever, or because two different interpretations of history happens that it can't be true. It's like, look at your own life. Two different people will tell you different things happen differently. All right, Jean can't talk to his family about past events because they all have 10 different ways of it happen, and they all work together, but Jean is wrong, but not them. Even though they have 10 different things. Jean has a big family, by the way, so there's 12 of us. But so we can have 10 different stories, and so that means none of them are true. Is that your argument? The whole, well, the truth lies somewhere in between. No, that's crap. There's the truth, and sometimes people speak the truth. So, what I had pancakes for lunch. Well, you actually had flapjacks. Well, that's bonk. Call them whatever you want. They're pancakes. They're not waffles. They're not French toast. That is truth. It's not somewhere in between. All right? So, there's this idea, well, there's people don't believe that, or people say, well, no, something else happened. It's just like, this is why historians, they actually have a way to verify and method these things, because otherwise, it's actually a fun video out there. Did Abraham Lincoln exist? All these arguments people talk about, like sources and all this stuff. We can use those arguments and say Abraham Lincoln doesn't exist. He never existed. To believe he existed is ridiculous. And honestly, the arguments used, it was done satire parody, but it's bang on with the way people act online about sources. It's just ridiculous. I mean, we know he existed, obviously, but the way you act online would be very fitting for this parody they did, in which the guy's like, I'm debunking Abraham Lincoln ever existing. Sources. You're on the internet. Use them. Use Google. It's right there in Chrome. If you're not using Chrome, you're not even smart enough to be in the debate right now. Just type it in the box. Exactly what you're going to type to me, type it to Google. You'll get whole pages. And guess what? Maybe the person is wrong and they could say, hey, dude, I can't find that anywhere online. Is there like something specific? Is there a key word that really triggers it, that brings us, especially if you're talking about lesser known studies? Or did you know that this is the main study, but there have been minor studies that have actually contradicted this? Yeah, I can see that. But go and look yourself. Do the work yourself. You're so lazy. Do the work for me. I will not believe it unless you do all the work for me and convince me 100%. No, that is bonk. That is trash. Because the thing is, you didn't do all the work for your idea yourself. You had it implanted in you, and you're just some dumb little puppet being pulled by the strings who can't think for themselves. People who actually want truth and want to think for themselves, they'll do the work. Seriously, guys, it's not that hard. Anyway, John Rant. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Please like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff down below. If you dislike, feed a homeless person. Go screw social distancing. We see the stats. Things are coming down. Now it's just a power grab. Ooh, I just said it. Up here in Canada, they're just now talking about doing an actual federal shutdown. It's like it's 2 months too late there, Moistly. Yeah. Anyway. So go feed a homeless person if you dislike the video. Let me know how many you fed with that thumbs down. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you